Whisper Lake shivered in pale sunrise, a thin blue glaze on its frozen skin. You walk the shoreline with lowered eyes, letting the cold draw your silence in. A pine cone cracked in the brittle hush, breaking the spell of the frostbit air. Your breath rose slow in a silver rush, a drifting truth you didn't share. Your mitten brushed off the weighted snow from an old split rail by the winding trail. You said winter teaches what we don't show. It keeps our secrets beneath the veil. A distant loon, cold, hollow and bright, threading the dawn with a trembling tone. Your shadow leaned toward the blue in light, quiet longing, half unknown. And in that pause where morning thinned, something opened soft as wind. Oh, I still feel you by the Whisper Lake's glow, where the world grows pale and the hours slow. You're to hold, too real to brush. Love doesn't fade, it shifts its ache, flowing beneath the Whisper Lake. If you wander back when the dust turns clear, I'll keep a lantern hanging near, to call you home, but just to guide whatever lingered and never died. Yes, I feel you by the Whisper Lake's glow, as the soft night leans on the quilted snow. Love stays quiet, a softened ache, carried warm through the Whisper Lake.
Winterglass Path shone pale and thin, eyes catching colors the dawn let fall. You moved so quiet I heard you begin to fade like breath on a frosted wall. A jay carved blew through the brittle air, startling the calm in a single sweep. Your shadow followed with softened care, long as longing, short as sleep. Your mitten brushed off a frozen stone, tracing a curve you let unwind. And you said cold teaches what stands alone, but warmth remembers what stays behind. fell slow from a hemlock bough. Tiny lanterns drifting down. Your gaze held something breaking now, not in sorrow, more in sound. And in that hush before the light, something fragile turned just right. Oh, I still feel you on the Winterglass Path, where the silence sings and the cold wind laughs. You're a fleeting ember in a world of white, too soft to follow, too true to fight. Love doesn't end, it shifts its breath warm in the frost it moves beneath.
If you wander back when the dusk grows clear, I'll place a lantern softly here. Not to summon, only to show a thread of warmth through the wreaths of snow.
I feel you on the Winterglass Path as the daylight bends in its aftermath. Love stays gentle, a quiet wreath, glowing warm in the winter's breath. Winterline stretched where the ridge thins out, a pale blue seam stitched above the pines. You walked ahead with a quiet doubt, your breath rising soft in uneven lines. Snowflakes clung to your wool knit sleeve, shimmering faint in the newborn light. I watched you pause as if to leave, half in the morning, half in the night. You traced a circle on frozen ground, letting it blur as the cold wind stirred. Said some truths echo without a sound, they're meant to be felt, not always heard. A raven drifted along the slope, its shadow long on the silent snow. Your eyes held something shaped like hope, flickering small, unsure to grow. And in that breath where the frost held still, something shifted against our will. Oh, I still hear you in the winterline glow, where the mornings bloom slow cold dusk's blue, I'll keep a lantern set out for you. Not to call you home, only to show a thread of warmth in the hush of snow. Yes, I hear you in the winterline glow, as the daylight dims on the fields below. Love stays quiet, a softened sign, tracing its way through the winterline.
Branches held a blue-born dawn, faint winter light through a veil of frost. You stepped where the quiet kept pulling on, as if it remembered what we had lost. Snow settled soft on your wool-knit sleeve, shimmering pale like a thought half true. I watched your breath rise, curl and leave, a drifting ghost in the silver hue. Your boots cut lines through the untouched snow, fragile paths in the morning's hush. You said even the cold finds room to grow. It shapes us gently, but with a push. An icicle chimed from the cabin eaves, cracking the silence with brittle grace. Your gaze held something winter believes, the kind that warms but won't stay in place. And in that pale unspoken scene, I felt the edge of a thawing dream. Oh, I still see you in the blue dawn air, where the frost glows soft and the world runs bare. You're a quiet ember in the drifted light, not gone completely, not fully inside. Love doesn't leave, it shifts its tone, echoing warm through the frost and bone. If you wander back when the dust turns thin, I'll keep the fire just bright within, not to draw you home, only to show there's room for warmth in the winter snow. Yes, I see you in the blue dawn air, as the wind grows soft and the pines stand bare. Love stays gentle, a muted glow, moving like breath through the morning snow.
sky pressed low and dim, soft gray threads on a cold white seam. You walk the ridge where the pines grow slim, moving like someone caught in a dream. Snow gathered gently along your hood, falling in breaths too light to hear. I watched your thoughts drift far from the wood, a distant warmth pulled out of fear. Your glove left marks on a frost-glazed rail, tracing a line you let unwind. You said even winter can lift its veil, but only when you don't force its mind. A fox trots softly across the slope, its tail a brush in the morning's gray. Your silence flickered between loss and hope, a muted lantern testing day. And in the hush where the cold air pressed, something shifted in your chest. So I still see you in the woolen skies glow, where the daylight thins and the slow winds blow. You're a warming tremor in the frozen earth, quiet longing, searching birth. Love never leaves, it changes its worth, rooting deep in the quiet earth. If you wander back when the dust turns blue, I'll keep a candle waiting for you, not as a beacon, only to show a small warm truth in the winter snow. Yes, I see you in the woolen skies glow, as the evening hums through the fields below. Love stays gentle, a softened mirth, held in the hush of the winter earth. Firshadow Veil hung low and cold, draping the trail in a silver hush. You stepped where the frost turned pale and old, your boots soft marked in the early blush. A breath of wind brushed your wool-bound sleeve, carrying sparks from the distant ridge. I watched your thoughts gather then leave, crossing the hour like a fragile bridge. You traced a line on a frozen stone, letting the ice reclaim your mark. You said winter teaches what stays
it's cold, but the quiet dark. A raven stirred in the treetop air, dropping a feather of dusk blue gray. Your silence moved like a whispered prayer, half holding on, half slipping away. And in the pause where daylight thinned, something softened in the wind. Oh, I still see you in the Firshadow Veil, where the snow falls slow and the warm lights pale. You're a trembling ember in the winter air, too soft to follow, too bright to spare. Love doesn't fade, it finds new scale, echoing low in the Firshadow Veil. If you wander back when the frost turns blue, I'll keep a lantern waiting for you, not to anchor, only to show a thread of warmth through the drifted snow. Yes, I see you in the Firshadow Veil as the night leans close on the quiet trail. Love stays gentle, a muted flare, rising warm in the winter air.
The Ashwinter morning lay soft and white, snow catching hints of the coming sun. You walked ahead where the frost could hide, every small step you'd already begun. Your scarf trailed mist in the quiet air, a drifting ribbon the cold rewove. I watched your breath rise thin and fair, a fragile signal of how you move. You brushed a hand on a frozen rail, tracing a groove through the brittle glaze. Said winter remembers what words derail, it holds the echoes in muted waves. A lone dog barked from a distant farm, wrapped in steam from the chimney's crown. Silence carried a trembling charm, something half open, half falling down. And in that hush where the daylight grew, a truth took shape between me and you. Oh, I still hear you in the Ashwinter hush, where the pines stand pale and the cold winds rush. You're a warming flicker in the dawn's faint glow, too soft to hold, too real to let go. Love doesn't fade, it shifts its hue, glinting bright in the Ashwinter blue. wander back when the dust turns clear. I'll hang a lantern just lightly here, not to tether, only to guide whatever part of you stays inside. Yes, I hear you in the Ashwinter hush, as the stillness breaks in a quiet crush. Love stays gentle, a shaded blue, lingering warm in the Ashwinter view. Frostharbor shore lay a muted blue, ice tracing rings where the tide once ran. You stood half lit in the silver hue, hands tucked deep as the day began. A far off gull gave a lonely call, as a thread in the biting air. I watched your breath rise, drift and fall, a fragile ghost you didn't spare. Your boots struck sparks on the frozen pier, soft little echoes that sank like rain. You said, winter listens when no one's near, it gathers truths we can't explain. Snow settles slow on your dark wool hood, melting in beads where your warmth still clung. Your eyes held something misunderstood, a tune remembered but never sung. And in that hush where the waves withdrew, I felt a calm slip into you. Oh, I still see you in the Frostharbor Light, where the dawn breaks pale and the world turns white. You're a fleeting glow in the drifting cold, too soft to grasp, too strong to hold. Love doesn't fade, it shifts its sight, shining low in the Frostharbor Light. If you wander back when the stars burn clear, I'll keep a lantern waiting here, not as a calling, only to show a place of warmth in the winter snow.
Yes, I see you in the Frostharbor Light, as the cold winds bow to the edge of night.
Love stays gentle, a softened gleam, resting warm on the frozen stream.
stone stair, silver in shadows the dawn couldn't hold. You brushed the cold from your loosened hair, breath curling soft in the pale blue fold. A lone rook stirred in the ashen light, shaking the sleep from its charcoal wing. I watched your silhouette turn almost white, part of the snow, part wandering. Your boots left prints on the frozen lane, hollow as secrets you meant to keep. You said winter teaches what can't remain, it quiets the roots and deepens the sleep. A gust rolled in from the ridge above, carrying echoes of distant pine. Your voice grew thin, almost out of love, soft as a match that refuses to shine. And in that hush where the cold breath grew, I felt the truth drift close to you. Oh, I still hear you in the Frostline Lantern glow, where the warm light braves the falling snow. You're a fleeting ember in the winter air, close enough to sense, too faint to bear. Love doesn't fade, it turns more still, gathering quiet on a moonlit hill. If you wander back through the firelit blue, I'll keep a lantern trimmed for you, not as a beacon, only to mark a place that waits in the winter dark. Yes, I hear you in the Frostline Lantern glow, as the night drifts slow and the wild winds blow. Love stays gentle, a muted spark glowing low in the heart of winter's dark.
The north wind slipped through the birchwood bare, carrying flecks of the night's old frost. You walked ahead in the thin blue air, your scarf pulled close like something lost. A single spark from the cabin's flue floated beside you in trembling light. I watched it fade, then watched you too, both drifting quiet into white. Your boots made notes on the frozen lane, soft little rhythms the dawn rewrote. You said winter steadies the things we strain, it holds our words when they catch the throat. A far-off whistle from some unseen train threaded the silence in silver arcs. breath rose pale like a muted refrain, an ember sheltered against the dark. And in that pause where the cold pressed through, I felt your calm return to you. Oh, I still see you by the Northwind Candle's glow, where the shadows lean and the snowfall slows. You're a fleeting warmth in the winter's hush, too faint to grasp, too close to rush. Love doesn't fade, it learns to stand, glowing low in a northern land. Oh, 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 oh. If you wander back when the dusk runs thin, I'll keep a flame where the paths begin, not to call you home, but just to guide whatever part of you stayed inside. Yes, I see you by the Northwind Candle's glow, as the quiet deepens in the falling snow. Love stays gentle, a steady hand, burning warm in a northern land. Oh, 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 oh.
The Frostworn Mile lay soft and white, snow settling quiet on the cattail reeds. You walked ahead where the world looked dyed in muted blues and winter seeds. Your scarf caught light from the paling sun, a faded ember in the early chill. I watched your shadow and mine become two drifting lines on a moonlit hill. Glove brushed ice from a split oak rail, tracing a map you didn't explain. You said some truths only lift their veil when the heart grows still in the winter rain. A fox slipped out through the powdered brush, pausing to listen to your quiet hum. Your silence gathered a gentle hush, a song unstarted but wanting to come. And in that breath where the cold fell kind, I caught the shape of your changing mind. Oh, I still hear you on the Frostworn Mile, where the dawn breaks slow in a muted style. You're a warming thread in the chilled out air, too soft to claim, too present to spare. Love doesn't fade, it shifts its smile, glowing low on the Frostworn Mile. If you wander back when the dusk is clear, I'll keep a lantern burning here, not to tether, only to trace a quiet welcome in this frozen place. Yes, I hear you on the Frostworn Mile as the night leans in with a fragile smile. Love stays gentle, a winter file carving warmth through the Frostworn
Pale Ember road wound through the frost, quiet as breath on a window pane. You walked ahead counting things you'd lost, letting your warmth slip into the rain. A fox left tracks where the birches lean, faint little stories in powder white. I watch your figure blur to a sheen, half silver shadow, half borrowed light.
Your midden hand brush a frozen vine, tracing a curve where the summer clung.
You said winter keeps what once was mine. It holds it softly but keeps it young. A far off owl called through the timber slow, its voice a tremor beneath the boughs. Your silence carried a certain glow, something tender you couldn't rouse. And in the hush where the cold grew thin, I felt your truth draw slowly in. Oh, I still find you on the pale ember road, where the firelight spills on the drifting snow. You're a warming flicker in the winter air, too soft to capture, too real to spare. Love never falters, it shifts its load, glowing low on the ember road. If you wander back when the dust turns clear, I'll keep a candle burning here, not as a beacon, only to show there's gentle light in the afterglow. Yes, I find you on the pale ember road, as the night leans close and the stars explode. Love stays quiet, a softened vow, carried in winter here and now.
The Hearthsnow drifted along the eaves, gathering light where the morning thinned. You walk the path where the frost still weaves its glass blue thread through the cedar wind. Your breath rose soft in a muted curl, fading as quickly as thoughts you hid. I watched the hush of your wintered world, quiet, trembling, half lucid. Your boots rang light on the frozen earth, echoes that softened before they fell. You said even silence can measure worth. It tells its stories but keeps them well. A lone crow carved through the pewter sky, stitching its cry through the brittle cold. Your eyes held something you couldn't try, a truth too fragile to be told. And in that breath where the white air stilled, I felt a promise faintly filled. Oh, I still hear you in the Hearthsnow Drift, where the fire gives way and the shadows shift. Your quiet warmth in the winter air, too soft to hold, too near to spare. Love doesn't vanish, it learns to live. It's ember light through the Hearthsnow drift. If you were back when the dust snow drift. If you wander back when the dust turns clear, I'll keep a lantern hanging near, not to summon, only to guide what lingers of you on the bitter side. Yes, I hear you in the Hearthsnow drift, as the cold night leans on the pine woods rift. Love stays gentle, a patient glow, rising warm through the hush of snow.
The snowbound lane held a muted glow, soft as a breath in the half-lit morn. You walked ahead where the shadows slow, your wool coat brushed by the brittle thorn. A distant bell from a farmhouse roof rang out thin in the drifting white. I watched your steps grow faint to loop, a fading rhythm to the silent light. glove trace lines in the powdered frost, shaping a curve that the wind erased. You said winter teaches what can't be lost. It keeps the echoes but shifts their place. A pine bough tremble with falling snow, sighing a note only cold can send. Your gaze met mine in a hush so low, I wasn't sure where the truth would bend. And in that breath of frozen air, something tender settled there. Oh, I still feel you on the quiet winter lane, where the world grows small and the light grows plain. You're a fleeting warmth in the crystalline hush, too real to ignore, too faint to touch. Love doesn't leave, it shifts its frame, glowing soft in a whisper of flame. Dust turns blue, I'll keep a lantern trimmed for you, not to call you home, only to trace a path of warmth through the snowbound space. Yes, I still feel you on the quiet winter lane, as the day falls thin and the cold winds wane. Love stays gentle, a muted flame, holding its shape in the falling frame.
Hollowbright snowfall blurred the pines, soft white drifting on the old stone wall. You walked ahead tracing crooked lines, your breath a cloud barely formed at all. A flicker of gold from a distant hearth glimmered faint in the muted air. I watched your steps shrink into the path, a slow retreat wrapped in winter care. You brushed the frost from a leaning fence, letting it fall like a quiet thought, said cold as a way of making sense. It keeps what's fragile while keeping it caught. A lone stag moved where the meadow thins, its shadow long on the fading blue. The silence settled under your skin, a shifting echo I almost knew. And in that breath where the world felt still, something stirred against our will. Oh, I still feel you in the Hollowbright snow, where the light turns pale and the soft winds slow. You're a warming ember in the winter's throat, doesn't fade, it changes flow, running warm under Hollowbright snow. If you wander back when the dusk grows thin, I'll place a lantern by where we've been, not to summon, only to guide whatever piece of you didn't hide. Yes, I feel you in the Hollowbright snow as the night leans close in its silver glow. Love stays gentle, soft and low, beating warm underneath the snow.
Stillwater Winterline gleam faint blue, ice humming low beneath gathered snow. You walked the edge where the reeds came through, breath lifting soft in a quiet glow. A distant cabin let out one spark, a trembling ember against the cold. I watched your shadow lean long and dark, a wandering shape both young and old. Your boot brushed frost from a falling bough, leaving a trail the wind reshaped. You said winter teaches the heart somehow, by holding tight to what can't escape. A heron stirred in the muted light, wings sweeping slow like a measured sigh. Your silence deep and stripped of fight, a truth half formed beneath the sky. And in that pause where breath ran thin, I felt your thoughts turn inward in. Oh, I still feel you on the Winterline shore, where the world folds quiet and the light restores your fleeting warmth in the frozen air. Too soft to follow, too close to bear. Love doesn't vanish, it shifts once more, flowing low on the Winterline shore. If you wander back when the dusk grows slow, I'll keep a lantern's gentlest glow, not to call you home, but just to trace a ribbon of warmth through the Stillwater place. Yes, I feel you on the Winterline shore as the night drifts off through its open door. Love stays quiet, a softened chord, beating warm on the Winterline shore.
Pinesmoke drifted through the pale dawn air, a slow grey ribbon above the snow. You walk the ridge with your fingers bare, catching the cold like a secret to know. The hillside shone with a muted gleam, frost in the grasses bending low. I watched you move like a half-lost dream, here for a breath and letting go. Your boot brush sparks from the frozen shale, tiny stars on the winter ground. You said some stories choose their trail, others fade out without a sound. A jay called sharp from a distant pine, breaking the quiet your shadow cast. Your eyes held something not yet defined, a warmth unsure if it should last. And in that hush where daylight grew, I felt the truth lean close to you. Oh, I still see you in the Pinesmoke Dawn, where the long night lives and the frost hangs on. You're a fleeting ember in the morning's breath, too soft for keeping, too strong for death. Love doesn't fade, it shifts its form, running wild through a Pinesmoke Dawn. If you wander back when the dust turns thin, I'll keep a lantern warm within, not to call you home, but just to light a gentle path through the winter's night. Yes, I see you in the Pinesmoke Dawn, as the snow drifts pale and the dark is gone. Love stays quiet, a soft red fawn, stepping warm through a Pinesmoke Dawn. The Silverwind Hollow lay hushed and white, snow drifting soft through the cedar grove. You walked ahead where the shadows light, your footprints fading the further you drove. A lone deer paused in the pale half-light, shaking the frost from its trembling flank. I watched your breath float thin and white, a fleeting trace the morning drank. Your hand brushed ice from a fallen log, drawing a shape you let dissolve. You said winter answers in quiet fog. It holds what hurts but helps resolve. A crow wheeled slow through the muted air, its call a thread through the distant pines. Your silence settled cool and rare, a truth unfolding in broken lines. And in that hush of silver scent, something shifted, almost bent. Oh, I still feel you in the Silverwind Hollow, where the cold runs deep and the dawn feels to summon, only to show a seam of warmth in the drift of snow. Yes, I feel you in the Silverwind Hollow as the winter stars rise faint and hollow. Love stays gentle, a quiet glow, held like fire through the winter slow. Snowlit orchard stretched, hushed and wide, branches bowed low from the night's first freeze. You walked ahead with your hands inside, your coat moving soft through the trembling trees. A faint red glow from a distant barn pulsed through the fog like a steady drum. I watched your breath drift pale and warm, a ghost of warmth that wouldn't come. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Your glove brush frost from a broken crate, tracing a pattern you didn't name. You said winter slows down the heavy weight, it lets you feel what you can't reclaim. A doe stepped out where the orchard thins, snow on her back like a scattered lace. Your silence settled beneath your skin, a wandering thought you tried to chase. And in the still between your words, I heard a truth too soft for birds. Oh, I still see you on the snowlit orchard road, where the dawn breeze blew and the cold wind slow. You're a fading ember in the frosted air, half vacant memory, half quiet prayer. Love doesn't end, it shifts its load, glowing low on the orchard road. as a memory losing shape. You trace the line where the frost once wore its glassy patterns across the drape. A hush lay heavy on the morning pine, holding the cold like a tempered breath. I watched your thoughts slip out of line, tender drifting, soft as death. Your footprints curve through the winter dust, shallow impressions the wind revoked. You said even love learns when to trust. The weight of silence around its throat. A lantern flickered against the pain, pain in your face in amber sway. Your eyes held stories made of rain, the kind that freeze then melt away. And for a beat, the world stood bare, letting your truth hang in the air. Oh, I still feel you in the snowmelt echoes glow, where the nights hang long and the morning slow. You're a quiet shimmer on the frozen stream, half warm longing, half woven dream. Love doesn't vanish, it shifts its hue, staying like footprints covered in blue. If you wander back when the sky turns clear, I'll keep a candle burning near, not to summon you, only to trace a path of warmth through the winter's grace. Yes,